And you mentioned all those noisy lefties. Well, there's plenty of them in the States, all right, including Madonna, Robert De Niro, which leads us to a little glimpse of lefty lunacy. Rita, they wrote a letter to Le Monde. Tell us about it.
Well, of course, these people all want the situation that we've got at the moment, the lockdown, the industries collapsing, to perhaps persist because they can see some positives out of there. They don't want the world to return to normal. And it's not just overseas celebrities. I've seen similar sentiments being pushed by former Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull, that perhaps some of the learnings from this crisis could be applied to the climate emergency. So these themes we're seeing amongst the elite, political, celebrity, media elite, and I think they're going to be pushed very heavily in the weeks and months to come.
Well, Rita and James, I love this letter to Le Monde, signed by, among others, Kate Blanchett, Jane Fonda, we mentioned De Niro and Madonna. Wait for this, James. How's this for, see if you can spot the hypocrisy in here anywhere. In the letter it says, the pursuit of consumerism and an obsession with productivity have led us to deny the value of life itself, of plants and animals.
Now, hang on a second. Aren't these the people who are entirely at the pointy end of consumer capitalism? I mean,
yes.
the entire movie industry is about nothing but consumer capitalism. I actually heard just before we came on air now, there is breaking news that Robert De Niro might be now the star of a new movie about the whole coronavirus crisis, starring as Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, by the way, just to show how ridiculous it is. So, I mean, De Niro was first known for Raging Bull. I think we might have a slight variation on that name this time around.
Very, very good. Now, very briefly, before we go to William Briggs, the statistician to the stars, just quickly, Rita, Me Too is dead, isn't it? If we have Linda Hirschman running around, what she's been saying, and other lefties, what have they been saying?
We've declared Me Too dead, I think, about a dozen times already in this program, but this takes the cake. Linda Hirschman, a lawyer, political pundit, she pretty much wrote that she believes Tara Reade. She believes Tara Reade was sexually assaulted by Joe Biden, but really doesn't matter because she's going to vote for Joe Biden anyway. So that's her big pronouncement, and she's not alone in making it. And others have said it even in less sane tones than she has. So
well, there was one woman, Rita, who actually tweeted that she would be happy to, even if I know it's Sunday morning and Mother's Day, but anyway, she tweeted that even if Joe Biden were to rape her on Fifth Avenue, she would still vote for him. The lefties are completely insane, James.
Well, they are, and yet you have seen this, time and time again. The same people who went after Brett Kavanaugh, the Supreme Court nominee, now justice, over ancient sexual assault or harassment allegations, which had far less corroboration than anything around what Tara Reade is saying.
Zero corroboration, in fact. Zero corroboration.
Zero corroboration, none whatsoever. And in fact, they tried to destroy this man on the basis of these completely bogus allegations, whereas Joe Biden, who we know, I mean, it's out there in plain sight, the guy is creepy. He touches women. He sniffs them. He does stuff that if in any other workplace in Australia or the United States people did, they would be out on their ear before you could call human resources. And yet, for some reason, it's just okay for old Uncle Joe to be like this. And we have more and more evidence of Tara Reade's ex-husband says that this did happen, that she talked to him about this, that this happened to her. So there's more and more contemporaneous evidence that did happen, but hey, it's a Democrat, who cares? And the big important thing is getting rid of Orange Man bad.
Exactly, and Nancy Pelosi never wants to hear this question again. Have a listen.
Now that he has given that answer, do you view this as a closed issue, or what is your response?
Well, it is for me. I have said I am proud to support Joe Biden for president. I believe him when he says it didn't happen. But I also believe him when he said, let them look into the records. And that's what they should do. But I'm not going to answer this question again. I will just say I have every confidence that Joe Biden will be a great president of the United States.
The hypocrisy of the left is just sickening.